All right, so I've got all my gnocchi ready to go, and this is not even half of the batch that I made. This is maybe about 3 ropes worth from what you saw me rolling before. So this would be enough for maybe 2 people in my house. But I did go ahead and roll them all over the fork. I kind of felt bad. So I've got a pot of boiling water that I added some salt to already, because that's going to be your one opportunity to get some salt and some flavor into this. So I'm going to go ahead and gently drop them into the boiling water. And with gnocchi, especially fresh gnocchi like this, you don't need to cook them for very long. They're going to start to float to the top, and that's when you want to get them out. So let me get these guys all in. And by the time I get them all in, it's probably going to be time to start taking them out. Let's see how we're doing here. I just want to give them a little stir so they don't all stick together. Okay, and you can see some of the smaller little bits that were broken off are starting to float up to the top. Oh, there's 1, 2. They're coming. They'll start to push their way up and float. You want to let them go just a little bit, just so they're not doughy, but you don't want to let them go too long, because then they'll get super, super mushy, and you don't want that either. Wow, now they're really all floating to the top. Almost there. Doesn't take long at all. Just what you want your gnocchi to look like. They're all floating to the top now. So I am going to go ahead and take them out with my little strainer spoon. And then I'm going to get ready to toss them in some butter and some garlic and maybe a little sage or some fresh herbs. And a little Parmesan cheese. Really simple, quick and easy meal. All right, so I've gone ahead and gotten the gnocchi out. I'm going to put a little butter in my pan now. I've switched pans. And I also want to add a little bit of olive oil. And what that's going to do is it's basically going to slow the butter down from burning too quickly, because we don't want to burn the butter, we just want to brown it. And it's going to make it not so unhealthy, because we've got a little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil. It's much better for you than all butter. Although this is not exactly a low-fat recipe. It could be. You could use skim ricotta. So I've got my butter going now, my butter and my oil, and it's just starting to turn lightly golden. I don't want it to get brown. I don't want to burn it. And I also don't want to let this gnocchi sit for too long, because it'll start to stick together. So I want to get it into some kind of an oil or butter pretty quick. Okay. I'm going to give that a good toss. Whoop. Try not to get any on the floor. Okay, and to that I want to add some sage. Rub it between my hands just to kind of release the oil. A little bit of salt. Not too much. And then a little bit of roasted granulated garlic. You could use fresh garlic, doesn't make a difference. And give that another toss. And you don't want that gnocchi to stick. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Okay, let's take that off the fire. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in a bowl, add a little cheese to it, and that's it. Super, super easy. So I've gone ahead and plated that gnocchi, and you saw how quick and simple that was. I haven't added the cheese yet. I'm going to save that and do it now. And a nice way to serve this would be with a little bit of fresh herbs, either some sage if that's what you cooked it with, or some fresh basil. I didn't have any other fresh sage, so I put a little basil with it, and it smells so good. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix that up together. It smells so good. Take a little bite. Perfect. Light and fluffy. Definitely get that good pasta feel. Doesn't taste doughy. And it's a nice, comforting, quick and easy kind of meal. So if you guys would like this recipe or any other recipe, you know what to do. Go to www.jtv.tv and you can get the recipes there, or you can call the station at 787-8817. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on In the Kitchen with Lisa.